Good afternoon to one and all. This video is for class 9 germination, and the topic is germination in some common seeds. So oftenly students are facing confusing, and students are quite confused in how in the germination of seed means how, especially this four seeds, how pea seed, bean seed, castor seed and maize seed is germinating. Means not exactly in the process of germination, but which kind of germination, what is elongating in these seeds, and why these seeds germinate with epigeel or hypogeel germination. Here the students are facing a small amount of confusion. Now here we will see, first of all, let us talk about pea seed. Epicotyle grows out, cotyledons under the soil, and germination is hypogeel. Whenever the epicotyle is growing or epicotyle is elongating, the cotyledon will always be under the soil and the germination will be always hypogeel. And whenever the hypocotyle will elongate, the germination will be always epigeel and the cotyledon will come above the ground. The cotyledon will come above the ground. Now, one trick is there. When epicotyle is growing, germination is hypogeel. When hypocotyle is growing, the germination is epigeel. Either the epicotyle is growing or growing in or growing out, or it is what we can say, or it is elongating, then only the germination will be hypogeel. So the trick is that whenever we are talking about growth of epicotyle, germination is hypogeel. Growth of hypocotyle, germination is epigeel. Just the vice versa thing, just the opposite. Now here you can see pea seed with epicotyle grows out, cotyledon under soil is the hypogeel germination. In bean seed, hypocotyle grows in, cotyledon comes above the ground, germination is epigeel. Similarly, in castor seed, the hypocotyle becomes straight. If something is happening to hypocotyle, the germination is epigeel. If something is happening to epicotyle, the germination is hypogeel. So the hypocotyle becomes straight, cotyledons again moves above the soil, and the germination is epigeel. Now follow the thing. Whenever there is hypocotyle elongating or hypocotyle is straightening or hypocotyle growing, the cotyledon is coming above the soil. Whenever the epicotyle is growing, the cotyledon is remaining under the soil. Epicotyle elongating or epicotyle growing in or epicotyle growing out, cotyledon under the soil. Hypocotyle straightening, hypocotyle elongating, hypocotyle growing in or out, the cotyledon comes above the soil. Epicotyle hypogeel, hypocotyle epigeel. This thing we must remember. Now, if we are following this, then we are not having any problem. Similarly, maize seed, epicotyle elongates, cotyledon remain in the soil. The epicotyle elongates, again the cotyledon remain in the soil, and the germination is straight away hypogeel, we can say. So this is what the trick is. If you want, you can note it down, no problem at all. You can note about pea seed, bean seed, castor seed and maize seed. As I have made this with the arrow like a flow chart I have made, you can also copy it in your notebook or you can copy it in your rough copy also. Now we'll talk about vivipary germination. What is vivipary germination? This vivipary germination is one of a kind of germination where the seed will already germinate inside the fruit itself. Inside the fruit only the seed will germinate. Now, once the seed germinate inside the fruit, the germination of the seed will also allow the developing of the embryo. Now, slowly what will happen? This under the vivipary germination, we can find what is happening there. The moment the seed starts to germinate, the embryo forms. That embryo will hang out of the main fruit. And finally it will detach itself from the parent plant. It will come down and it will grow as an individual plant. Now again I am repeating, in vivipary germination, what happens? In vivipary germination, first of all, the fruit, inside the fruit, the seed is there, the seedling will grow out. Once the seedling grows out, what happens? The growing of the seedling will allow the embryo to grow also. Once the embryo is growing out, it will move out of the fruit and it will hang. The fruit will become heavier and certainly the fruit will come out and it will detach out of the plant. The fruit will detach off the plant and it will come and down under the contact of the soil. It will grow as a new plant. This is what happening in vivipary germination. Example, rhizophora as well as Soneraceae. So if you want, you can go write this pea seed, bean seed, castor seed, maize seed as I have written a whole in a format of a flowchart. Then it will be rather very much easy. So you can copy it down, and if at all any problem, you can ask. Thanks a lot.